If you have been feeling stuck, if you have been feeling uninspired, if you are feeling like you are living the same day over and over again on repeat, this episode is for you. Most women think that reinvention takes a dramatic life moment, that it have to be a big change. And it doesn't. It starts with a 10-second mindset shift. Today, I'm going to show you how to reinvent your life quietly, powerful, and consistently on a daily basis, starting today, right now. Welcome back to the Confidence is Overrated podcast. Today, we're talking about something big, something that most women don't talk about and don't give themselves the permission to do. We are talking about reinventing your life, not in a dramatic, big, grand way, but in a real, doable, grounded way that you can start doing today. And it starts with something very simple: stopping yourself, pausing. We are all in this fast moving journey that is life. It's like a road trip. Picture yourself going on a road trip and being on a car. And we are on this car that feels like it's always going somewhere, that feels like it's always moving, that it feels like it always needs to get somewhere else, that feels like it always needs to get to the next destination. So picture this. You're in this fast moving car. And the first thing that you need to do when you want to create a change in your life is to start the car. The car of work, the car of responsibility, the car of expectations, the car of habits, the car of being on survival mode. When you are in a car, when you are in a road trip long enough, you start noticing the scenery. You start noticing the beauty that is around you. You start noticing yourself. You start not noticing where do you even want to go next. You start noticing all the little details that you're passing by. And so you get used to just going and going and going. So today, I want you to just start the car. Turn off the car for a moment. And I want you to close your eyes for 1 second. I want you to ask yourself, how do I feel? Honestly, how do I feel in my life? Is how I feel good enough? And not in the sense that do I have enough, like material stuff or success, but is how I feel on my days. Is that good enough? Is how I feel on a consistent basis, on the experience that I'm having a life, good enough? I am content with my life. Am I even excited to wake up every day, to do new things, to learn? Do I have those moments? Do I have those anticipatory feelings in my life? I don't want you to think, are you good enough? No, I want you to think, are the experience that you're having of life, is that good enough for the one life that you get? Because awareness is the beginning, is the first step to reinvention. It's not action, it's not confidence, but awareness. Because here's the truth. Before you can reinvent your life, before you can change anything in your life, you have to first interrupt the autopilot. You have to start the car, start being on autopilot, and ask yourself, how do I feel in my life? How do I feel in the experience I'm having of life? And is how I feel good enough? And I don't want you to ask yourself, what should I feel? What do people expect of me? But just how do you feel? How do I feel right now with what I'm living, what I'm experiencing, and with the things that I'm doing consistently, with how I'm showing up in life? And then I want you to ask yourself, is this good enough for me? Is this feeling good enough for me? Or do I want more? Do I need more? These moments, pause. It's the beginning of any reinvention that you want to do in your life, of any change that you want to create next, of anything new that you want to manifest. You cannot change what you refuse to name. So start here. Is how you feel in your life good enough? Do you like how you feel? Do you like what you are experiencing right now? And get very honest about this. Get very clear with yourself about how you feel right now in your life. Then the next step is no action. The next step is no more planning, is no more researching, is no more studying, is not even more confidence. The next step is curiosity. The next step to making any changes, to say out loud to yourself or to others, what is something else is possible for me? What if I could do it differently? What if my next chapter is allowed to look nothing like my last chapter? What if I'm allowed to want more? What if I'm allowed to do different things? What if I'm allowed to want something different, to want something new? This question opens the door. You don't have to walk through it yet, but you can open it and just look and see new possibilities that are open for you. Try the what if mindset. What if my life doesn't have to stay the way it is? What if I'm allowed to want something different? What if I'm allowed to want something completely new? This doesn't mean that you have to blow out your life. This doesn't mean that you have to change everything or quit your job and move to Bali or break up with your partner or end the relationship. It simply means that you can open the door to a new possibility. It simply means that you can notice what is possible for you, because possibility is the most courageous thing that you can say out loud. Noticing that there are so many things that you could do with your life is courageous, because it distracts you from being on this default mode of always being discouraged or always being hopeless or looking for the bad, looking for what is not there, looking for what is lacking. And it makes you look at the abundance that is there instead. It makes you change your perspective and start looking for the good, for the things that you could do, for the possibilities that are open for you. It opens the door to new possibilities. And you don't have to walk through that door. You don't have to change everything, but just noticing it. Noticing that you have some more possibilities than you give yourself the credit for. It's what start creating new things in your life. It's what allows you to manifest any new things in your life. The next step is to notice how you are feeling daily, to notice the map and the signals that life is giving you. For this, I want you to ask yourself 4 simple questions every morning at the beginning of your day or every night before you go to bed. And to scan yourself from the inside, to notice the signals, the signs that life is giving you, that you are giving yourself. I want you to journal on this, or at least ask yourself, what does my body need right now? Does it need rest? Does it need nourishment? Does it need strength? Does it need movement? Does it need a bath? Does it need contact with other people? I want you to ask yourself, what does my mind need? Do I need more clarity? Do I need more challenge? Do I need more quietness? Do I need more stimulation, more excitement? Something that engage me, engage my mind. Then the third one is, what do my emotions need? Do I need to feel more safe? Do I need to express myself more? Do I need to have more boundaries? Do I need to feel validated? Do I need to feel more grounded, more centered, more calm in my life? And then 4, I want you to ask yourself, what does my spirit mean? Do I need to feel more connection to something bigger than myself? Do I need to feel more purpose, more meaning? Do I need to feel more creativity, more self-expression? Do I need to feel more play? Do I need to feel anything else that I don't have in my life? Because these 4 questions in different aspects of yourself, in different aspects of your life, help you create a roadmap, an inner roadmap. The responses tell you exactly where to begin your reinvention, where you need to make changes in your life. It's in your body, in your physical health, in how you feel connected to everything else around you spiritually, in how you are engaged in life intellectually, or in your emotions and how you feel with others and with yourself. This roadmap doesn't start with someone else's blueprint, but with your own inner compass, with your own answers, with the feelings that you have, with how your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions are showing you that you need a change in your life to make this tangible in your life. I want you to apply the 30 by 30. And this is simply to create a roadmap of what is the next stage that is what waiting for you. So for 30 days, I want you to spend 30 minutes researching about something that interests you, a hobby, a business, a skill, a relationship, anything that is something that is being calling to you for a while, I want you to take 30 minutes and spend time researching about that, journaling about that, thinking about that, and making some actions in that space. If you want to start working out and taking care of your health, I want you to spend 30 minutes in a way that moves you forward in that goal, be that meal prepping or training or taking a walk. If it's a business, research the business, start creating the offers, start creating what you would like to put out there in the world. Start talking with people and asking people that you want to do questions. Because that's how reinvention starts. It doesn't start big. It doesn't start like this big dramatic movie. It doesn't need to start with this big lead. It starts with a small window of intention, with small actions that get you moving towards what you want, towards something that you have been thinking about but never taking action. So that's it. For 30 days, commit for 30 to 30 minutes of moving forward in the area that you are thinking about. That's the entire container to creating anything new. 30 minutes for 30 days. 30 minutes where you step off the car and come back home to yourself and do the research, ask the questions, journal, think about that thing, prepare the terrain for that thing that you want to create. Then I want you to share your journey because the truth is that your journey is never only for you. I want to say something that I recently heard and that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but don't hold onto your journey. There are people out there who will only believe that they are capable of doing new things, of thinking that something is possible for them because they saw you doing that thing first. It might be a family member, it might be someone in your community, it might be your kids. But when people see you taking action towards your dreams, you impact them. You make them believe that it's possible for them too. So this is a reminder that sharing your journey is an act of expression for yourself and connection to others. You can keep your gift, you can keep your journey deep into your pockets until it's time to leave. Or you can be someone else's permission to do things different, to go for something else. Stop hiding, stop shrinking yourself and your journey. Stop worrying about what other people will think. Your change, your reinvention is a lifeline for someone else. It's something that can help so many other people feel inspired and notice that they are not alone in their own journeys. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop thinking that you need to wait until things are really bad. That if everything is okay and you feel fine and everything is not too bad, or you are not sick, you are not heartbroken, or things are fine, things are okay, so I don't need to change anything. You don't need to wait until everything is horrible before you can take an action. If there is something that is not bad necessarily, but it's not good enough because you want something more, that's already a signal to make a change. You don't need to wait for things to get the worst that they can be, for you to go after something different, for you to do something different, for you to create change in your life. If there's something that you feel called to, you can choose yourself while you are still standing, while you are feeling okay, while your life is not that bad. Because the truth is that we think that we need to wait for a sign and we think that everything needs to be bad before we can change anything in our life. And this is fear of moving, of doing something different while other people will think about us because we are doing something different. So fear is not a stop sign. Fear doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. Fear is actually proof that you are touching something that matters to you, that you are touching something that is important to you, that you are touching maybe even a dream, a goal that you have had for a long time, and that you never take action because it doesn't feel like you are capable of it, or because you are not that kind of person, or because nobody will care, or people will judge you if you do it. What if you start rejecting yourself by not doing it, by not going after it, and start giving yourself the permission to want things differently, to want things that are new, but that you can still do if you want them, that you can still go for them if you want. Because here's the truth. The things that actually work because you keep doing them. works because you keep persisting in the journey. Most people don't want to hear this, but things work because you don't quit at them. Things work because you keep at the game long enough to see the results. Because that's it, that's the magic sauce, that's the secret that most people don't tell you. The results that you want happen when you don't quit after you don't see progress or results right away. If you say, it's going to work in my life because I'm going to keep working until it does, that kind of mindset, that kind of perspective alone puts you in the top 1% of people who accomplish their dreams. Because if you say to yourself that you are going to kill yourself in the game, no matter how long it takes, that means that you won't quit. That means that you will fail and you will use that failure as a stepping stone to learn new things, to use that data as feedback, to readjust your journey, to see what works, see what didn't, and adapt, and to continue striving. That kind of mindset of, I won't quit, and this is going to work for me because I'm going to make it work. That kind of mindset is what produces the results that you want. And yes, it might take longer than you want. It might take longer than what you were initially expecting. But that doesn't mean that you cannot make it happen. That doesn't mean that the journey is not creating results. It's teaching you something along the way. It's helping you progress. It's helping you adjust and adapt and make new things and learn new things and grow. So that means that is working in some way or another, even if it's not how you expect it to work initially. This is why I want you to incorporate this as a daily practice. I want you to say to yourself daily, it's possible. It's possible for me. And just for today, I want you to try this. I want you to say out loud, it's possible. It's possible for me to get a new job. It's possible for me to fall in love again. It's possible for me to get in the best shape of my life. It's possible for me to run a marathon, even though I have never run before. It's possible for me to start a new business. It's possible for me to start a whole new career at 50, at 60, at 70, at whatever age you are. It's possible for me to have children, even if I don't have a partner, or even if I feel I am too late. It's possible for me to get out of debt. It's possible for me to get financially free. It's possible for me to start a new business, to start a new hobby, to start something that lights me up and gets me excited to get out every morning. It's possible for me. The second you allow yourself to believe that something is possible, that's when you start going after it. If you're always thinking that something is impossible, you start walking towards it. You start trying. You start giving yourself the time, the space, the energy that you need to try anything new. But if you believe that something is possible for you, your brain begins searching for that proof. And it will start scanning all around you for opportunities, the opportunities to work out, or the opportunities to eat better, the opportunity to meet someone that you can fall in love with, the opportunity to create a family, or the opportunity to adopt kids, the opportunity to get a new job or to start a new business or meet new friends, the opportunity to move to another place, the opportunity to start a new hobby or start a new career, the opportunity to learn a new skill or to get registered in a new course or certification. When you believe something is possible for you, you start looking for those opportunities. You start looking for that proof that is true. And you start finding it around you. You start noticing that there are things that are open for you, that there are possibilities that are open for you. And that right there is what changes your life. That right there is what allows you to create any change, any reinvention that you want in your life. Recently, I was listening to the Mel Robbins podcast with Hoda, and they were talking about how the language you use is not only fluff, but it's also this neurological programming that we do to ourselves. Hoda was saying that she heard a woman say to repeat to yourself, good things keep happening to me. Good things keep happening to me. At the beginning, she thought, this is so cheesy. This is cliche advice. This is cheesy advice. And don't come with that. But then one day that she was feeling bad, that everything was what, she started trying it herself. And she started from the moment she wake up in the morning, she started saying, good things keep happening to me. She texted her trainer, and the trainer was open. All good things keep happening to me. Then she had a good workout. All good things happening to me. She found a good parking spot. All good things keep happening to me. And she said that just repeating that made her notice the good things, the small good things that happen around you all the time, every day, all day. There are small little things that are happening to you that are good that we sometimes don't even notice. That's changed the settings of your mind. That makes you notice the good things that are happening around you. And it programs your mind to look for more of that, to look for that proof that good things are happening to you. And they were saying how these 6 words manually change the programming and the settings of your mind. They activate your attention network and make you start looking for more of those good things. They make you start noticing the good things that are already happening all around you. They make your brain look for more proof that good things are happening to you indeed. So suddenly you are noticing all the little opportunities instead of all the obstacles that you have in your life. And you start hoping and making space for more hope instead of more fear in your life. Because you start noticing more the possibilities instead of the pressure or the things that might never be. And yes, as Hoda said, this might feel like cheesy advice, but your brain doesn't care if it's cheesy or not. Your brain cares that you can repeat it. Your brain cares about anything that is easy enough for you, that you can do it over and over again, because that's how it becomes a habit. That's how it becomes the setting of your mind. I want to close this episode telling you that whenever you walk into your day, carry these 2 truths with you. Too. You are not lost. You are seeking. This I heard from Hoda too. She told a story about how one time she went to a retreat and there was a speaker. At the end of the talk, when they asked anyone if they had questions, someone stood up and say, I feel lost. I feel like everything is wrong. Everything is going wrong in my life. My relationship is not good. I don't feel excited about my job anymore. My kids are not at the house anymore. So everything else feels bigger. And I feel completely lost. And the speaker said to her, you are not lost. You are here. You came to this retreat. You came to this workshop. You got dressed and you came here. You are not lost. You are seeking. You are not lost. You are searching. Language matters. So whenever you talk to yourself, notice how you talk to yourself. Notice what is the words that you are constantly saying to yourself. Because the truth is that if you are looking for clarity, if you feel stuck and you are looking for that next stage, next step, you are not lost. You are simply searching for more. And for that, I will say, what an exciting chapter, what an exciting moment in your life. Because that means that you start the car. That means that you start the road trip, whatever it was that it was going, and you're allowing yourself to look for new possibilities. You're allowing yourself to notice the scenery around you and to ask yourself, is this good enough? Is this what I want in my life? Is this experience that I have of life right now what I want for myself? And you're looking, you're searching, you're seeking, and that's exciting. That means that something new is going to start in your life. So don't say, I'm stuck, I am lost, I'm scared. Start saying, I'm in transition. I'm reinventing myself and my life. I'm seeking, I'm searching, I'm excited, I'm anticipating. Because the truth is that how you talk to yourself changes how you start seeing the opportunities around you, changes how you start seeing your life and the experience that you have of it. And whenever the change might feel scary, whenever the change might feel uncertain, like you don't know if it's something you can handle, if you don't know if it's something that you are capable of doing, of making, of trying, say, you might scare me, because feeling fear is not a negative thing. Now, letting it stop you, that's different. So you can say to it, you might scare me, but that doesn't mean that you will stop me. That doesn't mean that I have to hold myself back from trying something new. That doesn't mean that I need to stop myself from going after something. and trying it without any big expectations, just seeing it as a new possibility for your life. I just want to remind you to end this episode, you are harder to break than you think, more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And you are allowed to reinvent your life anytime that you want, anytime that you want to change anything, really. Your life is not over. At any moment, you are not determined by anything that you did in your past. You can always do something new. You can always turn the page and start a new chapter. There is a phrase by John Lennon that I love that says something like, everything is good at the end. If it's not good, it's not the end. And that simply means that whenever you feel like you want something more out of life, that means that it's not the end and that you can change it, that you can strive for those new things that you want in your life, to create those new things, those new experiences that you want to feel in your life. So remember, your next chapter is already waiting for you. And you just need to turn the page and start writing and start creating a new story. What do you want it to say now? What do you want it to say next? That's where you start. So today's challenge is simple. Spend 30 minutes with yourself answering the 4 journal questions. What does my body needs today? What does my mind needs today? What does my emotions need today? And what does my spirit needs today? Start there. Start asking yourself that often. Start spending 30 minutes for 30 days thinking about that next stage that you want to create in your life, about that next project, that next relationship, that next move, that next hobby, that next activity, that next goal that you have been thinking about for a while, and start creating the roadmap so it's a part of your life in the next chapter that you are going to start writing. Focus on just one day, one moment, one pause, and start choosing yourself and the things that you want to create in your life. And then I would love if you send me a DM on Instagram, or if you reply to my newsletter or leave me a comment here. I would love to know what the next stage, the next chapter of your life is all about. I want to hear any insights that you got from this episode, really. Because your journey is not just for you. And the more you share and the more we share our journeys, the more we realize that we are not alone on this. Thank you for listening or watching to this episode. I'm honored to have you here, and I cannot wait to see you and to welcome you in the next episode. Bye bye.